In this video, we're going to talk through the performance anxiety loop. If you're experiencing performance anxiety, you'll be familiar with this sensation of feeling stuck in our head. Like our mind wants to do one thing, our body's doing something totally different, and we feel like we're stuck overthinking. We just want to get out of our head and feel normal again, but it feels impossible to do that. So what is going on? I'm going to talk through the loop that we're experiencing. I'm Shay, I'm a men's coach. I experienced performance anxiety for myself in the bedroom. And now I've helped men in every continent around the world, apart from Antarctica, to be able to get performance anxiety fixed so that we can feel normal again. So let's talk through this loop. You'll see here I've drawn out a nice, pretty looking loop for you. We're going to talk through these 3 stages that come up. So number 1 is the experience. Okay, so first of all, there's an experience that doesn't go to plan when it comes to intimacy in the bedroom. So this could be back in early years of when we first experienced things, or it could be something way more recently that hasn't gone to plan, and since then it sent us on this wobble, and all we can think about is what if it doesn't go to plan, which leads us on to the next point. So the first is that there is some kind of intimate experience or multiple experiences of where things don't go to plan. Number 2, we then start to ask ourselves questions. All right, questions like, I often call them what if questions or impossible questions. What if questions? What if it goes wrong again? What if I'm broken? What if I never get this sorted? What if they don't want me because of this? What if something's wrong with me? Okay, there's an example of what if questions. Impossible questions are very similar. I was talking to a guy just a bit earlier on this morning, and an impossible question that he was asking himself was, why can other men get this right and I can't? Another example may be, will I ever get this fixed? What if nobody wants me? What if I end up alone? We can't answer those questions. They actually keep us stuck. They're designed to keep us stuck and keep us in a comfort zone. That's another topic, but here we go. This is number 2. So once we've had an experience that didn't go to plan, we then start asking ourselves these what if or impossible questions. And then what happens? Well, number 3, over time, these questions start to become, and hopefully you can see this on the screen okay, but the questions start to become beliefs. No longer are we asking ourselves a question, we're telling ourselves, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this sorted. I think this is going to happen again. I think something is wrong with me. So we can see we've gone from it being a question, something we feel a bit unsure about, to something that now has a degree of certainty. I don't know if I can actually ever get this fixed. And then what? Well, one of 2 things happen. We either try and exit this loop by avoiding intimacy and intimate experiences because we just want to avoid this fear of embarrassment. What if it doesn't go to plan again? We want to avoid the uncomfortability of that. Or we try to push through. We think, I've just got to make this happen. If I can do it this one time, then everything's going to be okay. It's going to buy me time until the next time. And intimacy feels like a test. So we either avoid or we push through. And what happens in either one of these scenarios is that we still feel stuck. We still feel like we haven't got this sorted. We still feel like there's a problem with this, regardless of whether we're avoiding or pushing through. Because then we come back to the start again. We have another intimate experience that most likely doesn't go to plan. Then we start to ask ourselves questions, which reinforces the belief. And then we avoid or we try and push through, and the loop begins again. So you can see here how we get stuck in this cycle. And the question is now, well, 2 things. What stage are you at? Put in the comments below, if you feel comfortable to do so, what stage you feel you're at. That's the first step, is identifying where you're at on this. Is it 1, 2, or 3, or are you in the avoid or pushing through stage? And perhaps it's a combination of some of them. The second bit, the most important question I know you're thinking in your mind, how do we actually get this sorted then? What do we need to do to get this sorted? The very first step is understanding what is going on for you personally, not for every other person out there that's experiencing this. It's not about understanding more and more generic information. It's about getting to the root cause of this for you personally. To be able to do that, I've designed a free quiz called the Performance Anxiety Quiz. You'll see a link for this in the comments below. This is 10 yes or no questions that you answer that will show you what's going on for you personally. And is this performance anxiety, or is it something else? If any of this video has felt relatable to you, if you can see yourself somewhere on this loop, whether it's the I've had bad experiences, or whether it's I'm asking myself these impossible what if questions, or whether it is this has now started to turn into a belief, if any of that has felt relatable, I want you to head to the quiz, see your score now, and then let's start getting things fixed and sorted. All right, I look forward to seeing you right there.